It's gonna be kind of funky. Sorry, but we gotta do it like this. We gotta do it like this because my phone freaks out when I turn it the other way, and I don't know why. I don't know why. So, whatever. We'll do it like this, and then if people check it out later, great. Oh, there's a little snow up there. Yeah. So driving to work, figured, turn this on. I got my thing. My mount for my car. So I was like, just gonna chat it up while I drive. Just gonna chat it up, and then that's it. I went live, last week, I think, last Monday or Tuesday, or maybe the Monday before that. I don't know, a little bit. Hey, what's up, Pete? What's happening? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, man, just surviving out here. You know how it goes. Just surviving. Make sure you hit that like button. Smash it. Smash the like button. Yeah, just it's funny. I watched Into the Spider-Verse again with my kids, and I stand by what I said. It's a good movie. I know people don't like it for some reason. You get the whole, he's not Spider-Man. Miles Morales isn't Spider-Man. Whatever. You can debate your uncle with a mustache or your mom with a mustache about that, but for me, it's a good film, good storytelling overall. Derivative, maybe. It's kind of the point, I guess, is that all these stories start the same, and through Miles' journey, he realizes there are people like him. Same thing with the other characters, It's like, hey, there's people like you out there, and there's other people going through really hard times, some good layered messages in there. And I think I've said this before, as a father, the story hits home even harder because Peter B. Parker is attempting to his marriage is broken, and he's put back together. He wants to, but he finds it really difficult, and it's something to figure out, and Miles helps him along on that journey, and that's a good, that in itself is a really great story, and I think, again, if you look at it not even as a Spider-Man movie, but just as a movie about two people or multiple people with similar traits and stories, it's not a superhero film, it's a coming of age story, which I think people know, but again, when people were talking to me about this story about Miles Morales and not being Spider-Man and stuff like that, it was more about it felt more personal, oh, I don't like this character, so I'm not supposed to like him. It's well, but if we're talking about storytelling, it's a good story. I didn't read I don't think I read the comics. I don't think I read Miles' storyline, which is fine, right? They're really easy to find. I probably could if I wanted to. I haven't read the comics and how that all comes about, but the Into the Spider-Verse movie, it still really holds up. It's still really good, in my opinion. It was good to revisit, especially now that my kids were like, yeah, I want to watch that. I want to watch Into the Spider-Verse. Okay, cool. Let's watch it. And they enjoy it, which helped me enjoy it more. I don't know. It's hard to argue with your kids about why something's not good. Like, oh, that's not a good movie. We shouldn't watch that. Like this is why I think a lot of the discussions or arguments surrounding comics and stories is fruitless at the end of the day, because I mean, as a dad, like all of this just gets old so quickly. I really enjoy a lot of these movies that people want to fight about, or stories that people want to fight about. There's a lot out there. Like, why can't we just enjoy some of this media? Like, we can be critical about it, but still be like enjoying it, right? Like, I guess Armageddon is a perfect example of a movie that is just objectively not good from a storytelling point of view, but it's entertaining in, like, movie wise. Like, it's very, very entertaining, but it's not good. A lumberjack that rocks Hawaiian shirts, badass, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I wear it to work every day, man. Yep. That's right. I mean, that's where I live, so I gotta walk the walk, man. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I haven't watched it recently, but I feel like if I watched it, I would still enjoy it today. There's some emotional moments in Armageddon. Corny, cheesy, maybe, but I don't know. Either of those. Drake May, or I don't know. I don't know. You pick. You pick. Thank you for the laughing disco. I probably know most of the words. Still watch so many. Oh yeah, for sure. Broncos. I hate the Patriots. I'm a Giants fan, so. And I'm stoked because we got Harbaugh as our coach now. So let's fucking go. It's been a few years since I really followed the NFL, but just because I never had like time to watch. But now that I live in Hawaii again, all the games are on like in the morning, so it's much easier for me to watch. So, but yeah, having kids and watching movies nowadays is much better. Again, it's one of the reasons I think a large part of why I stepped away from like talking about content or talking about entertainment was that, like, I was just finding myself at odds with so many of other people, because I just enjoy movies in a very different way. Like, you certainly want to be critical of movies and want better movies, but at some point I just have to like sit back and be like, I don't care about that. I don't care about that thing. Yeah, NFL is not bad. It's one of the only things I have time for. Like, there's too many baseball games nowadays. NFL is about like what I can handle as far as like my time sink goes. So it's weird. I used to drive my truck and and do this, and now it's like I feel like everyone can see the camera. But I don't know. The live streams are good for me because I can sit and like rant for 40 minutes while I drive about whatever, and if people want to go back and collect my thoughts and look over my thoughts on a particular thing, great. And if they but the religious meticulous nature of content is about all I can't really do anymore. Hey Sherry, what's up? How you doing? So I'm just gonna talk when I can. I'm just gonna talk when I can. Hey, Davina. Thank you. Same to you. I did hop on Mad Stream the other night, which was kind of it was a fun, like, it was a fun just rap out with homies for a little bit. Every time I drive over this, I approach the thing and it says hump, and I'm like, oh, I missed my show. But yeah, hanging out with those guys was fun. It was funny. It's really nice not having to run my own show. I'll be honest. It's nice. Yep. Davina is here. Bring in the salutations. Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes it's too much. I love Mad, but sometimes it's like it's too nutty for me. and I know everybody knows what I mean. And I know that everyone knows it's nothing but respect for the homie. But yeah, sometimes I'm like, can't do it. But no, he's good people. Like genuine person. And I know, like, he's the kind of person I know that you probably really sit with and have like a deep conversation with, He does. He's successful most times. And honestly, a lot of times with his streams, it's like I can't dedicate the time anymore. Like I need to be a little bit more focused on live streams. And again, another reason I had to give up my own was because I can't talk for 3 hours about all this tangential shit. So as much as I'd love to, I just can't anymore. Yeah, we definitely all have ADHD. And I think, and that was just it. Like when I was running my own show, trying to rally people into like focusing is hard, right? Because a lot of us are just like all over the place. Boom, 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 boom. And then like when you try and like keep people focused, you feel bad, you feel like an asshole. I like how that was like, I didn't like how that's a small part of it, not a big part of it, but that was definitely a smaller part of like trying to rally the troops and keep everyone focused on what we were discussing. It was just another layer of difficulty. But no, I've been trying to watch movies. I'm gonna start watching the show From, which I believe was an FX show, and they're about to start the 4th season. And then I've been watching The Pit season 2. Well, I watched the first episode. They really are, Davina. They really are. And I am thankful for the years that people dedicated to our shows. Like, because they were chaotic. Has anyone seen Tracker? No. What's Tracker on? It is hard. I join some streams and leave after a while. There's only so much you can talk about, but I give props to streamers. Yeah, there's so much that, like, there's so much to, like, talk about, Well, the other thing is, too, and, like, I was kind of saying the other night, like, the stuff they were talking about, I'm like, I'm sorry. This is funny, but I was like, I just don't care. Oh, that's cool. That sounds like a show I might like, Davina. I really like that the chat stays up on YouTube now, because before it would fade away, and I'd be like, wait, what? What did someone say? It's also annoying that you can see the back of my mirror. That's annoying. Oh, okay. Okay. I know what you're talking about. I don't know his name either. I know a lot of actors' faces, and I know who you're talking about. Yeah, with as far as Star Wars and Marvel goes, yeah, I've stopped caring. Like, there's just nothing to like really that interests me anymore. Like Star Trek, I just don't watch them. You know, like I don't. The coverage of them is like, they just like when I look at the posters and the promos for them, they just look bad, and not even from a like woke standpoint, but from a like they just look flat and like nothing looks actually lived in. Again, the promotional material behind this stuff, everything just looks brand new all the time. You know, it was like one of the reasons I didn't really care for Wheel of Time, because Wheel of Time just it looked like stuff from like Spirit Halloween. Like it just was new, and like the world wasn't lived in at all, and like not in the way. And I think a lot of it stems from them shooting on digital now, and like you lose the film grain of like 35 millimeter, right? So, and like the faster frame rates. Justin Hartley, yes. I think some of the streamers struggle to fill the air time, like old time radio hosts. Yeah, that could be it. Yeah, I don't even have any criticism of the new Star Trek and Star Wars stuff or Marvel, because it's not even that. It's not even that I think it's woke. I think it just like on the surface doesn't appeal to me in a visual way. Everything just, and a lot of, it's not even just that. There's a lot of movies that like Netflix movies and these like straight to streaming movies that all look the same. They don't look like the series and movies of old. And again, it's largely because they're all shot digital. They're not shot on film. Yeah. And I am genuinely interested about Avengers Doomsday. I do care. Like, I want to see what they, for lack of a better phrase, pull out of their ass. Like, I'm not gonna lie. X-Men, yeah. Do I care about Wakanda? Not really. I didn't care for Black Panther 2. The new Fantastic Four was fine. Like, but I am interested to see like how they incorporate. I'm interested to see how Doom is incorporated into this MCU. I mean, in order for it to work, they have to somehow make Doom a variant of like Tony Stark, or vice versa, right? Tony Stark is a variant of Victor Von Doom. It's the only way you keep the same appearance and have him look like that. Which again, pretty cool, but I am somewhat invested in Doomsday, but I'm not going to glaze it and be like, oh, that's going to be the best thing ever. Yeah, I agree with you, Davina. And I think the promo is way too early on this. Like, this is something that you could probably start promoting in June and give us like a 6-month countdown. A year-long countdown is like way too much. So yeah, like the promotional marketing and stuff, like, are they still shooting? Yeah, that's if they're shooting and still writing. Sorry, that's what I meant. If they are still writing and shooting, it's just never a good idea, man. And I think that's one thing that a lot of this stuff has suffered from. It's been like rewrites and reshoots constantly because something doesn't work out, or like, whatever. When everything happened with Jonathan Majors, when he was, when Kang was supposed to be that next big bad, and then they just reduced him to a joke in Quantumania, like, that was really the nail in the coffin, I think, for the MCU, because they really could have built him up through Loki season and like into another Avengers movie. Right, exactly. And it's obvious why he's still around, and it is what it is. You can't really do anything about it at this point, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm interested to see what happens. Like, right? Like, so many of us are just pot committed at this point to this franchise. It's like, all right, well, these characters we've seen, and I'll tell you, it's very, very likely that all these people that they're teasing right now, especially Steve Rogers and Thor, like, it's very possible that they are just killed in like some of the opening sequences or the first half of Doomsday, or at least in Doomsday, and they don't make it to Secret Wars. It is very, very likely that happens. This is all going to go for a soft reset anyway. Like, once Secret Wars is over, the MCU is, from what I've heard, is going into a reboot where everything is in one universe. X-Men, and we're getting a new Steve Rogers, a new Iron Man, the whole 9 yards. So, I mean, that's just what I heard. But I would almost bet my life that whatever character Chris Evans is playing, whether it's Captain Hydra or Captain America or just Steve Rogers, he doesn't make it into Secret Wars. Oh yeah, and that's the idea. They're opening this up to a new generation of Marvel characters. New storylines, whole nine. But we'll see. We'll see what happens over the course of this year. We're definitely going to get more promo material. As soon as Doom is in a trailer that reveals RDJ's face, it's going to be the most viewed trailer probably of all time. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. As much as people want to clown this movie and clown his move, everybody wants to see what he looks like. And it's going to make or break the movie. I mean, I don't even think there's a question about whether Like, if Doctor Doom looks off at all, this movie will fail. He needs to be perfect. Perfect. And I don't know if they need to like get some focus groups or whatever, but I'm telling you right now that if Robert Downey Jr. doesn't look the part, it ain't happening. Yeah. It's unfortunate, you know. For all its flaws, I enjoyed the Snyderverse. Again, I'm not a Snyder bro. I'm not going to glaze his movies. They're never great, but they're entertaining and they're fun. And I think that's all that a lot of these superheroes need to be, is just fun and like just somewhat coherent. Though I do fall victim a lot to my own like criticism, because I'll say, let's just enjoy a movie on its own merits, and then like I'll look at something like a movie based on a book, and I'll be like, oh, they totally ruined the book because it was better. But you know, like, they can be separate, and the best example of that I can give now is like The Shining, the book, and then Shining, the movie. Like, they're both great for their own reasons. Just like, you know, the Iron Man run is great for its own reasons, just like the comics are great for their own reasons. And I would just even further say, like, the Miles Morales like comics, I'm sure they're great, and they explain him as Spider-Man and his own being superhero, just like the movie, I think, is great and entertaining and a good story. So I don't know. I do think that just like you can separate the art from the artist, I think you can separate the mediums. People can separate mediums better, or they should. Because things don't always translate very well to screen, largely because you can't be inside the head of your character without it narrating the entire thing, which some people, you know. Yeah, oh yeah, and Davina, you know, I was talking about this last week, I think. One thing I love about the book is that it really is its own thing, and it's so much better than the movie. But the movie is it's a spectacular Kubrick film. Like, when you really look at it, it's probably one of his best. Easily one of his best films. It doesn't adapt the book very well, but that's okay. I think because it makes up for his, like, he made stylistic choices that work, that tell a story, not the same story that's in the book, but very similar. But again, you can separate the mediums. The book did a good job doing one thing, and the movie did a great job doing another thing. And I do think that if they had adapted the book of The Shining more one-to-one, people wouldn't have liked it as much. Because the book centers around Danny a lot more, and there's a lot more history of Jack Torrance and like things he did in the past, and then like the hotel is treated more as like a living thing in the book, which is really cool. But again, it doesn't translate as well to the screen or The Running Man of the 80s, which is entertaining and not depressing. Yeah, I actually didn't see the new one. I saw the old one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's really funny. The one where he's like, "I hope you left enough room for my fist, because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your spine." I think that's what he says. See, the new one looks really funny and like really like entertaining. I want to watch it. I haven't. I'll probably just download it, honestly. I really, really want to watch the new one because I like what's his name, Glenn Powell. I like that guy a lot, and I think he's perfect. So yeah, but again, you know, it's people are always like, "Oh, it's not good. It's not." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, But like, I look at the trailer, I'm like, I don't know, man. That looks like a lot of fucking fun. Like, what's the deal? Why can't we have fun watching movies? But again, I haven't seen it. He needs good scripts, yeah. Well, so again, I wonder what went wrong with The Running Man. I did learn that Stephen King wrote The Running Man in a week. He wrote it in a week, and then, like he said, it sat in a drawer for like either 9 months or 9 years? He said it was like in his desk for a long time, but wrote it during like during a snowstorm where he was snowed in a RV or a trailer with his family. I doubt it does. I think that's the thing, is they really, well, I don't know. I'll have to watch it, because I did want to see it, but I didn't want to pay to go to the movies to see it. So right, it looked fun, but it didn't look that fun. But that's the fault of Hollywood too, man. I gotta say, like, there's so many movies out there that just haven't been great. And I'm not invested in the Avatar franchise, so I didn't go see that. Though everyone, like, a lot of the people that I follow with like movie talk and stuff like that, were saying like, go see this movie in 3D IMAX because it's incredible. And I just, Anyone see the new version of Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal? No. Or I think I watched part of it. My wife watched it and she said it was okay. She's like, I just watched it to see him with his shirt off. That's what she said. And I thought, okay, that's fair. I guess we all have our hall pass, right? Yeah, and that, silly 80s like action movies. It's just one of those movies that didn't need to be redone, That's what's always so annoying about a lot of these remakes, is like they didn't need to be redone. And I heard someone say that like Hook might be like remade. Why? Reason. Aladdin with Will Smith, like, dude, I like Will Smith. Seems like an alright guy maybe, but he's not fucking Robin Williams, man. Like, there's just some things you don't touch. Like when they do stuff like this, it makes me think that people are gonna go, hey, like, oh, like let's run some of this artwork we have through AI, and we will improve it a little bit so it lasts. It's like, that's not the point. It's not the point. No, the reason this is so priceless and is so good is because one of them exists and it's valuable, and it is flawed, and it's behind this case, and nothing, Oh, I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Well, it's like the Halloween movies too. It's like not only are they like continuations, but it's like Jamie Lee Curtis is so old. Like, let that woman just rest. You don't need any more. And Rob Zombie, like, you can stop too. Like, we don't need any more of him. There's a new Robin Hood show. Oh my god. Oh, is that the? I saw. And there's a new Robin Hood movie coming out with Hugh Jackman. I think it's called. Is it called The Death of Robin? Or, fuck, what was it called? But it's like, he's like really old. You'd have to look it up. But Yeah, there's a new Robin Hood movie, The Death of Robin Hood. Yeah. Which I'm like, I don't know. Not even Hugh Jackman looks right for the part. But again, he could totally surprise me, you know. But yeah, I'm just. Whew. I want to see that. I think it's supposed to be like. It's like they're Neil Diamond performers. I think it's a straight to. Excuse me. Is it straight to streaming? A straight to streaming like mockumentary on Neil Diamond impersonators. Song Sun Blue. Yeah. I am interested in that. Sean Connery played an old Robin Hood in Robin and Marion. Oh. Film Threat gave the film high marks. Nice, dude. Maybe I'll get that one too. I need to get that and oh shit, what was the other one? Oh, The Running Man. The Running Man and Songs on Blue. Yeah. Everybody loves Neil Diamond, man. Like, for real. Got to give Neil a chance. Because one of my favorite comedies of all time. Can you guess it since we're talking about Neil Diamond? Comedy, Neil Diamond. You could probably Google those two words and figure out what I'm talking about. Well, God, it was like during the like American Pie, post-American Pie era of like comedy. Saving Silverman. Oh man. And Jason Biggs. Yep. Absolutely. So good. It's like I don't know if it's a good movie anymore, but it hasn't aged well, I know that. Is it available? Yeah. Saving Silverman? Absolutely. It's out there. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere is the thing. It's definitely not on like Netflix. Is it artificial? It's real, dude. Yo, what up, Weasel? You haven't seen it yet? Oh man. You should watch it. It should, like I said, it hasn't aged well because there's a lot of like gay jokes and stuff. But it's of its time, and it's pretty funny. You have the same beard? Nice. I have to piss so bad. I'm like sitting here like squirming. And you can't see. Same beard I have. Same beard. Young man. I have the same beard as you. It is voluptuous and fluffy. Okay. You should definitely check it out. It's pretty funny. Especially their whole like their impersonation of Neil Diamond. Oh man. Yep. But that was a nice little conversation. You got here late, Weasel, but that's okay. I'm about to sign off here. I'm pulling into the resort where I work. You can see all the lava rocks kind of like right here as I pass them. And actually, you can kind of see, pulling in. I'm doing well, man. Just living the dream right now. Got a lot of work to do. We have a wine tonight that we're hosting at our restaurant, so I got to prepare for that, and I got to prepare some stuff for our staff, and you know how it goes. Got to do some work. That's it. I'm gonna try and do more of these. I miss doing conversations. It was a nice chat. Thank you for. I am heading towards a resort where I work. Time to put my beer to work. All right, y'all. Time for me to go. I'll check you later. Today we had some, we had 125 little bitty things dropped our way. So support the channel. Love it. Take it easy, y'all.